Good morning, YouTubers. The verdict has just been handed down on the Dante Wright case. Ex-police officer Kim Porter shot Dante and said she thought it was her taser she was pulling out. And she pointed it to him and squeezed the trigger and shot him. And he died. Well, this case was tried and the judgment came in. Here's the footage.
We, the jury, on the charge of manslaughter in the first degree while committing a misdemeanor, find the defendant guilty.
So, jury has found ex-police officer Kimberly Porter guilty of first and second degree manslaughter for shooting Dante Wright. This was the scene outside the courthouse as the verdict came in. Porter shot and killed Dante during a routine traffic stop. He was only 20 years old at the time. Porter said she thought she was firing her taser when she shot Wright with her gun. Here's the audio footage of Wright's mother speaking after the verdict.
The moment that we heard guilty on the manslaughter 1, emotions, every single emotion that you could imagine just running through your body at that moment.
This shooting of Dante Wright happened last April in the suburbs of Minneapolis. The shooting was captured by numerous police body cameras. Dante was stopped because the police reported they stopped him because of a illegal air freshener, an expired license plate tag. After they ran him in the computer in their car, they discovered that he had outstanding warrants for weapons possession and then tried to take him into custody. Dante Wright was unarmed at the time of the shooting, so he posed no threat to the officers. They could have taken him into custody because he did not pull out a gun to fire at them, so there was no reason for him to even be tasered. Here is Minnesota Attorney General making a statement. Keith Ellison.
I would have preferred had Dante Wright followed the commands and not tried to flee, sure. Does that absolve her from liability? Does that allow her to shoot him to death? It does not.
Kim Porter's bail was denied after the verdict, and she was handcuffed and escorted to jail. She faces up to 15 years in prison, and the prosecutors are saying that although Dante was trying to flee, there has to be accountability for his death. Someone is responsible. And since Kim Porter pointed that gun and pulled the trigger, eliminating and killing a 20-year-old in the prime of his life, then she's responsible and she has to pay the price. The sentencing is set for February 18th. She's expected to get at least 15 years in prison. The family lawyer stated that accountability is important. His life is gone. He cannot come back. But at least this is a start. His life cannot be restored. That would be justice. But at least accountability is important. And Kim Porter must pay the price for his death, if not partial, because 15 years is nothing in comparison to a lost life. She still has her life. The prosecuting team said they would argue for the longest sentence possible, and the judge made it a point in the closing decision, in her closing statement, I should say. She stated that Kim Porter should not be treated any different than anybody else who has been convicted of such a serious crime, because we all know that since she's an ex-police officer, she might get that special treatment when she goes to prison. So there you have it, folks. Sentencing is scheduled for February 18th. So keep your ears to the ground as to what's going to be going on with the sentencing. Let's see how long a sentence she gets for this murder of this 20-year-old man, young man, Dante Wright, who is no longer here. He died and left a young daughter, a young child. Now that child has to grow up without a father. YouTubers, like, share, and drop your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up by pressing that red subscribe button before leaving the page. Thank you.